the Earth was flat, right? If the Earth was flat, then why would you all of a sudden encounter sunlight the higher you go? Now, I know that the flat earthers say...
Hey everybody, welcome to another night of streaming. You guys voted it in, so tonight we'll stream. We're only going to have about an hour and a half tonight, so hope you're all doing well. Thank you to all my channel members that are here. Tonight's stream is dedicated to you guys. That's why it's a members only stream. Hope you are all doing well, as I said. So, hey YouTube, good to see you. Not one, good to see you. Moomin Rider and Jess Palmer and Michael Khan, as well as PJ Cruikshank. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate all the support. Tonight's one is going to be quite interesting, as it is going to be sorry, what does that mean? If what's in the cup? The cup, it's just normal cool drink because it's very hot and I have to stay hydrated, or you guys will just see me fall over here because it is very hot at the moment. Anyway,
would it be fair to say you're drinking water?
Water.
Water.
There isn't any delay or anything, is there? Because on my OBS it kind of looks like I'm delayed with my voice to my movements.
I've always got delay.
I don't know why.
It's really hard to follow listening through Element and watching YouTube.
Yeah, today
like
it's
about
kind of
30 seconds to me.
Thank you for your super chat, Michael Khan, £5. Clean your garage, bro, before addressing flat earthers. That's actually a very good one. Oh man. Hey Cosmic Surfer, naand meneer, bly jy kon dit maak. I don't know if you guys realize the this tonight, it's kind of very catch-22. Globe defenders are not too bright. Now I know the globe defenders are going to actually vote here, so if they say yes, they're saying yes, I agree, the globe defenders are not too bright. If they click no, that means they also agree, no, they are not too bright. And if they click they do try, which actually is just a half and half, which actually shows yes, they're not bright, but they are trying. So it doesn't matter which one the guys choose tonight, they are saying the globers are not bright. How's that for wording? Yeah. Guys, tonight we got a good one. I wanted to do this one last night and then Artemis popped up, so I decided to push this one aside until tonight. He's got quite a big channel. He's got about 94,000 subscribers. Dirty Garage Guy. Obviously he's not really doing flat earth things. It's more into mechanical engineering and everything. But when I saw this video, I just had to do a response to it because he challenges flat earthers, but it's the way he does it. It's the way he it's almost like he's talking down on us as if we are dumb, you know, we're in a derogatory manner, like, oh, these guys are so dumb, so we have to make an argument that's just fair on them so they would understand, so it has to be very simple so they see it's not possible. Yeah, little does he know the arguments he does bring is just showing him to be very ignorant. Unfortunately, it's very self-explanatory that he doesn't actually know what the hell's going on, and you can see he's new to the whole flat earth thing, as we'll see as we get on. So yeah, Artemis rocket, yep. Guys, Artemis is definitely not in space. We've been showing it fake all the time. I've been showing the different videos today, showing you just how fake it is. It simply just went out of view and then crashed in Point Nemo.
Can I jump in, Flatzoid?
Sorry?
So I was just going to say, can I jump in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Have we seen any better footage from Artemis?
I haven't seen any better footage.
All I keep, every time I go on channel and I click on it, all I see is cartoons.
Yeah, exactly. But that's how the Globe guys work. They see cartoons and then they think, oh, this means it's real. Because they don't know the difference between reality and their dream. It's simple as that. Because they are brought up with CGI and rubbish, and then because they see it at that, then they believe it to be real. So yeah, I'm gonna go on with this. Let's just check how the votes are doing. 21 votes. Globe defenders are not too bright. Yes, I agree. They're not too bright. 52%. No, they are definitely not too bright. 29%. They do try, but they're not bright. 19%. So it's actually 100% globers are not bright. That's what it is.
You and your reference frames are ruined.
Exactly, it's that type of thing.
Oh, oh, you've debunked radius value.
Yeah.
That's how right they are.
At best, what you've done is debunk the radius. Yeah. Or you've changed the radius. It doesn't matter. Obviously, it matters if you change the radius. Rockets have to curve down to exit the atmosphere, but when coming back, they go straight through. Yeah, Moomin. Have you realized that when they go out of view, they go to such a place that no one can see them? It literally goes out of view, and then they cut to the CGI rocketry. We're probably going to do a stream on the Masons and the rocket as well, because it is very... Thank you, Michael, for even sending that photo today. It is definitely 33 with the orange and stuff. It's very Mason orientated. So yeah, we'll definitely most probably do a stream on that. But let's go on to this guy. This is the guy, Dirty Garage Band. I just hope it's showing. Dirty Garage guy. Like I said, he doesn't really do flat earth stuff, so he just thought he would try and catch us out. I have left him a response on his video a few days ago, but he hasn't seemed to respond. But he's had a whole bunch of trolls responding for him, and he still doesn't respond when I just ask him, does he just want to come and chat?
I was just going to say, having a dirty garage, sacrilege.
But you guys are going to see what he's going to say. You can see he's really new into this, because his argument is he's watched Netflix, Behind the Curve or whatever. Oh man.
Basically what we've got is 2015 arguments from him.
Yeah, so he's new to the flat earth. He thinks he's watched the Netflix mockumentary and now he knows flat earth. That's why he's showing this on screen, guys. But yeah,
cool story.
Let's listen to what he says.
My name's Matt. I have a YouTube channel called The Dirty Garage Guy, which is about engineering, engines, machining, engineering-based stuff and all the rest of it. But I have a general interest in science and engineering and physics and chemistry and all the things, based on stuff like that. Now,
yeah, he's got a big, wide variety of, how can you put it, knowledge in that extent, because he said he's quite passionate about it, obviously, and he's got engineering, so he should know this stuff. But let's see if he understands what he's supposed to know. We're
all fully aware of Flat Earth and Flat Earth Society and stuff like that. I watch I've seen several videos on YouTube about the subject. Now, it's not believing it. There's nothing to believe in. But I've seen Behind the Curve, I think it's called, which was a film about them.
You see, that's what I'm trying to say. He starts off already. We all know about the Flat Earth and the Flat Earth Society. First of all, if you're talking about Flat Earth Society, then you don't know what the Flat Earth is, because we do not push the Flat Earth Society, because that's controlled opposition. So that's the first red flag, that he doesn't actually know what the hell's going on. Secondly, he's talking about Behind the Curve, a Netflix mockumentary, so therefore he knows what the hell's going on. No, definitely not. And again, I did invite him to actually come and talk sometime, so hopefully he would actually respond instead of just ignoring me. Because at the end of the day, these guys are just sort of keyboard warriors and run away when get confronted. I've seen this with so much channels.
It sounds like he's from my neck of the woods.
Yeah, he does. He really does. Maybe you run into him someday, you never know.
If I run into him, I'll smack that globe at him.
At least he's very nice about it. He's not like the anti-flat earth side with it. But the way he comes on with the argument, you're going to see it's like he's trying to make us out to be so dumb that it's too complicated for us to understand. So they have to dumb it down for us, in other words. But yeah, we'll get there.
testing it, and Mark Sargent and people like that. I've also seen YouTubers like
Simon Dan.
Simon Dan, see him argue with stuff and people and argue over subjects. And every time I watch these kind of things,
Yeah.
I'm like, I've seen certain videos where people who are flat earthers get convinced to not be flat earthers anymore.
That's a lie. You see, when he sees this, it's probably like Ranty Flat Earth, the guy that played Flat Earth, or...
Ranty, the most stupidest man on earth, because anybody who finds proof and then goes back to lie has to be the stupidest person on earth.
I was still telling you, he was never a Flat Earther. He was always in with cats and them. This thing was planned months in advance for that black, and they thought they had an argument. In the meantime, they debunked their own argument because they're so dumb.
Problem Ranty's got is his problem videos are, and then he's got to debunk all his own videos as well.
Mm-hmm. No, that's why he's totally trying to stay away from Flat Earth now, because the stigma sticks with him. It's as simple as that. Yeah, he got all his subs and stuff now, but that's why...
That should be a new term in Bible. Anybody who walks away from truth should be classed as a ranty.
Yeah, don't do a ranty. But like I was saying, he says he watches Simon Dan and Behind the Curve. Now he thinks he knows everything about Flat Earth. Instead of actually going to Flat Earth channels like FED Debates or my channel or anybody else's channel that actually show this rubbish. He does. You see what I mean? They just watch the one side of the argument, the idiots that don't actually know bugger all, and then they have and saying now people are going back to globe. Well, it's just not true. But yeah, it's an absolute lie. Exactly, no one, not one. It's an absolute lie. But yeah, let's just carry on.
And I think we can all sit back and we can laugh and joke about how these people can be so ignorant.
See what I mean? Sit back and laugh and joke about how these people can be so ignorant. Already looking down on everybody that just doesn't have the same belief system as him. You know, that's called bigotry. I checked the stream on Artemis, quickly popped onto McToons when the stream was with Artemis for like 2 minutes. And when I got in, you know what the words were that came out of his mouth? Flat Earthers are there just for us to laugh at them. Yeah.
I bet Tom were there with his hand cream, weren't he?
But you understand, these guys are just a bunch of bigots. That's all they are. Literally. And I was laughing because I watched the Simon Dan video because he's popping up Ranty now to help with the homeless thing. I really support Ranty with that homeless venture that he's doing. But Simon Dan, the way, what did he say? I can't remember what I was going to say now. But it's on his latest video. And it's sad. It's literally sad. Oh yeah. He said, newborn Ranty used to be a flat earther. He now is a born again glober. Do they understand that wording means it's a religion? Born again glober.
It's almost blasphemous.
Yeah, these guys are the whole time talking about people being born again into their religion. People are being converted. That's why it's just a cult. It's a religion, and they're showing it every day with the way they're wording the things. When we say people have come to realization of flat earth, we're not saying we're converting them to flat earth or they're becoming a born again flat earther or something. They'd literally just leave the cult. That's it.
But the thing is, when you become a flat earther, Flatzoid, it stops being a belief. It starts becoming knowing, especially when you've been out with cameras looking at ocean,
exactly,
distance photography, looking. It's like it stops being a belief.
Yeah.
Believing in a globe or a belief.
Yeah.
You know that you live on a flat earth. Do you know what I mean?
There's a difference, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's the way they word even things that shows them to be in a religion. And like I said, well, the bigotry that comes from them is the first sign of a cult. That's it.
The thing is, it's kind of a failure on our part as a YouTuber doing, videos and stuff on the theory of just engineering or air pressure and airflow and stuff like that.
I would love to talk to this guy about gas pressure and thermodynamics, by the way. Really would love to. Because him doing engines, he should know what an open and closed system is. And what's going to happen if that head gasket blows up.
Or anything, material science, whatever. It's quite difficult sometimes to get things that are very, very counterintuitive. And if you look with your eyes, right, and you look around at the world around you, you can quite easily see, and we all understand, we all have a kind of sympathy for people back in the day, 1,000 years ago, or 2,000 or 5,000 years ago, to believe that maybe the Earth is flat. You know, why would you think otherwise? Now, I know a lot of people say stuff like, as proof, and this is really what this whole video is about, is
Yeah.
as the...
Okay. So at least he's saying, yeah, the people 1,000 years ago, whatever, believed it to be flat because it's what you see. You can't feel movement, obviously. You can't see the curve or whatever. Yeah.
Face Reality did a good video about that, like, because Sean Hawkins was saying, like, people who lived 1,000 years ago were stupid. Pyramids. Göbekli Tepe, or whatever it's called, Pumapunku, all these things prove that people thousands of years ago were more clever than us.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of things going around that there's a belief that the technology was actually more advanced that time, but it was just in a different dialect that we wouldn't be able to understand. But I really think there are such things as great resets every few hundred years or whatever. I really think that. Because what happens if the person, if the control of a society all of a sudden has to try, they see they're going to get, something's going to happen that's going to expose them and stuff. They have to reset everything and try again. You know, like, it's the same as if you write a program.
When you talk about reset, you mean like resetting Earth or just resetting narrative? Like
resetting the narrative. That's why when you get the so-called, like Nelson, the Mandela effect, it's a progressive change. That's why you remember things in a certain way and other people remember other things a certain way. Because even today, I mean, we're not talking about Mandela effect now, but I want to do a stream about it sometime.
Well, if you want to talk about Mandela effect,
yeah,
I hold both thoughts in my head. I think that Nelson Mandela died. I can remember his funeral, but I can also remember him being alive after that. It's weird.
Wow. Well, interesting fact, my father, when he was, because he was special force and stuff, when he did VIP protection, he was actually one of Nelson Mandela's private guards. So that was quite so I grew up with that when I was younger.
Yeah.
So very interesting. And yes, he was a Knight of Malta, guys, a 33-degree Mason. Yeah, Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
Okay, let's carry on.
As the side of the argument of people that say the Earth is round, right? We'll just use the word round. It is our duty, in a sense, to poke a bit of fun and stuff because these people are adults, but it is, in a sense, our duty to try and convince people. It is science's. It's the aim of science to prove.
Ooh, don't say that word to anti-flat earther. The aim of science to prove. Remember, they say science doesn't prove things. Or glowbusters. Jaren, I hope you're listening. Cosmic Surfer, he is basing his explanation purely on belief. Silly man, exactly. That's it. It's all just based on belief. Yeah. But you see what I'm saying? It's like kind of talking down on us because we don't have the same belief as them. Huh.
What's what? Now, the fact of the matter is you could start going on about parallax and trigonometry or gravitational effects and blah blah blah. You go down that avenue of saying, well, the Earth has to be round. It has to be an oblate spheroid.
No, it doesn't. No, it definitely doesn't. Hey, Lumpy Gas, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Hi, everyone. And Mandela did have a funeral. I'm 47. I remember it. Yep.
for all these things to make sense. But
I remember when Mandela died, actually, there was a whole thing going around here where they're having him on ice and stuff just because it's a conspiracy that he didn't really die. I remember that whole story.
This is what I'm saying. I remember seeing funeral, and then all of a sudden he's still alive, and I'm thinking, I thought he died.
Because they even had like a thing going around that he has a double or whatever that was dead, and I don't know. But no, he did really die, guys. Just to let you know.
I think
He was an old guy.
Like Queen, when she was alive, had a double. I think
Yeah,
a
you
lot
never
of
know.
people have double. I mean, look at Joe Biden. He's got about 4 doubles.
Yeah, but I mean, even the Beatles with what's his face? He was in a car crash, and then they replaced him with a double. It's quite in the Illuminati round circles. They have a lot of doubles that they use. Gravitational effects. Oh, juicy stuff. Yeah, but you guys are listening. He's saying these kind of so-called big words as trying to say, if you argue this, then we're not going to understand it, and it therefore has to be a globe. When in the meantime, he doesn't go to channels like mine where we talk about this stuff constantly, showing it to be bullshit. Yeah, so we're the ones understanding it, not the other way around.
There's this thing of level of intelligence. Some people just won't or can't grasp those things, right? Other people are charlatans, and a lot of these, the centre of flat Earth and stuff, they're just doing it for the popularity.
No, we would not do it for the popularity if we wanted to be popular. We would do something like Mr. Beast and entertainment, or Rob. We're definitely not going to do flat Earth.
Listen, being a flat earther don't make you popular whatsoever at all.
It's the opposite. We are a little censored into this little corner ghost band. Where does he come on this rubbish? We are getting popular. The only ones.
I'm a flat earther and I get trolled every day by idiots.
I want to. You guys.
Saying I'm stupid. I'm this. I'm that. You know what I mean?
But you guys.
Why would I come out as a flat earther to get that? That's not popularity.
I can become an anti-flat earther if I wanted to, and my views will skyrocket insanely. I can just do a rant here, it'll be fine. But why would I do that? That's doing it for money. That's scamming people so you can actually be popular and get money. But I'm here for truth. I'm not here for that. I mean, look at the Triggered Limey. He's only got 7,000 views. He's making 160,000 views a month. He's only got 7,000 subscribers. Now, you're getting someone that's got 40,000 subscribers or 25,000 subscribers getting 40,000 views a month. Do you understand? And that person is on the flat earth side. Why? Obviously, I'm not doing too bad. I'm doing about 30,000, which is the same as Level Earth Observer, and he's got like 9,000 subscribers. But it shows you how censored the flat earth side is. And you look at the anti-flat earth side that's just getting pushed everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go, you're just seeing them everywhere.
I posted a video about that old bloke talking about Illuminati and that, and it's had about 11,000 views.
Yeah.
But I've only got 500 subs.
Yeah.
It took way up.
Yeah, but you get those that just have a break with a video that just runs and gets it. But I mean, it's just really weird to see the anti-flat earth side. I mean, you get people with anti-flat that literally has hardly any subscribers, and they're making views like crazy, and you get flat earthers that's got 100,000 subscribers that's not making what a guy with 10,000 subscribers on the anti-flat earth side is making. You understand? Because it's not getting pushed to everybody. It's as simple as that. It's very selective. It's shadow banned.
I get that. But there are some people genuinely are swayed. And so what we have to do is we have to come up with an experiment, say, that these flat earthers, especially the proponents at the top, if you want to put it that way, of the Church of Flat Earth.
What Church of Flat Earth? There's no such thing as the Church of Flat Earth. There's the Church of anti-flat Earth, hence why you referenced people like your priest, Simon Dan. Mm-hmm.
We need to provide proof that they just can't deny. Or
When I heard this the first time, provide proof that we just can't deny, I was like, oh, finally, they're actually going to give us something we can't deny, guys. Remember, this is Flat Earth, can't explain this. So I was like, oh, I was very excited, because eventually we can get some kind of argument from these anti-Flat Earthers that are going to give us something we cannot deny. I just couldn't wait for this. So, yeah, let's see what they're actually going to... What's showing here? Oh, it's showing this, okay. So let's get going back. Okay. So 50% yes, no 38%, 33%. Oh, there's always 33s everywhere. They do try 17%. Okay, let's carry on.
all of their followers would look at and say, yeah, you need to give me an answer for that for us to keep on following what you would say.
No. Flat Earth is different from anti-Flat Earth. Flat Earth, everybody has their own opinions and our own self-deduction because we are logical thinkers. We don't follow someone because the things that they believe or whatever. We just give the information and it's for you to take it further or not. That's it. I mean, everybody here that subscribe to me, you would agree that it doesn't make a shit what I believe or don't believe. You all have your own opinions and own beliefs, and that's it. I mean, it's...
Well, we can at least determine between a belief and what we know.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you guys aren't gonna...
Grover.
Yeah, and I mean, you aren't just gonna unfollow me just because I have some different belief than you. I mean, really.
Yeah, if it was wicked, but you're not going to have a wicked belief. You know?
But you say, the projection on here, it's like insane. But it's good to have you in, Lumpy.
Right, it is just projection again.
Yeah.
Yep. Every angle is projection, and it's remarkable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well. But yeah, we're still going to get to the argument, though.
Right. Because otherwise, you know, this person's poked a hole in your theory, and I see a lot of it. So there's Professor Dave, who had a big live stream, or he has videos, where he kind of doesn't play the game properly. You've got to really dumb it down in a sense.
You see what I mean? You've got to dumb it down in a sense. Not the Professor Dave was scripted by FTFE and the crew before the so-called make-up debate against Dave Weiss. Very, very simple stuff. We all know what would happen if he went against actual flat earthers as myself. He would not even know where to hide his face. Yeah. So again, not Professor Dave, I'm right here. When are we going to do this, man? Come on. And you, Simon, and you guys can hold each other's hand.
To make it easily digestible. Once you've then got people on your side, you can then start showing them your arguments. And that's the first hurdle that a lot of these people hit. So for a long time, I've been thinking about, we need a proof that is like that. It's simple to digest, it's simple to understand.
Mm-hmm.
And
simple to digest, simple to understand. So guys, do you think you know what the argument is going to be?
I would say the sextant is as simple as a triangle.
No, that's too complicated for these guys.
Oh, God.
You're gonna see this is like the top notch of arguments they're gonna bring, guys. We cannot explain this at all, although we've been explaining it for over five years already. But yeah, let's see.
it will then put the, you know, there's no way to easily explain this away with some nonsense. You can start talking about Bernoulli's principle and how come the atmosphere doesn't eject into space, and I get why people don't get that.
So you see, he's kind of admitting that they don't have an answer for the second law of thermodynamic violation, sort of hinting to it. But yeah, why would he actually bring it up if he actually had an answer for it and then try and obfuscate away from it? Very, very telling.
And then we can say, well, it's just gravity. But you say, well, what's gravity? They say, well, it's the effect of... I say, but what is gravity? Like, oh, well, curvature of space-time. And then you've lost them.
No, we didn't lose us. We're just showing you the curvature of space-time. It's a concept in a fourth dimensional mathematical construct that cannot do anything to physical reality. Very simple stuff. Even Bernoulli's principle debunks your gravity, by the way. You know that.
Right? And I saw something, usually it's visual, right? this is why this model works so well, in a sense, to convince people, is because it looks flat, and the world looks flat.
No, it looks flat, thank you. So he's admitting it doesn't look curved, guys. So there's no curves. There's no boats going over curves because it looks flat. That's a start. But I don't know why he's using a flat Earth society model to show, though. Because we do not fly in space.
Job done. Sorted. And you could say, well, look at all the other planets, right? They're all circular, they're all round, they're all these spheres. Why would the Earth be different? The immediate answer to that, the naive answer to that is, well, all right then, so you're saying that Earth, Jupiter, the Moon, right? They're all spheres, and therefore the Earth must be. But all of those don't have liquid water on the surfaces. All of those don't have life. All of those don't have loads of things.
Yeah.
I have a telescope, right, and I can see Saturn and Jupiter, and they look like discs. They look like 2D things.
Mm-hmm.
So, no.
Yeah, they still look a bit flat. I mean, remember when I was showing the other night when NASA or whatever show Jupiter or Saturn through their telescope, how much more depth it's got compared to amateur. I mean, obviously you can see it through your telescope, any amateur can, but the depth is totally different compared to what NASA and them show, and ESA and all of them.
Yeah, but they're like super.
Yeah, it's like a super.
Images, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? The super images.
It's
They're not what anybody sees through a telescope.
Mhm.
The photoshopped. They're meant to look pretty.
mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? They're not
Yeah.
what people see through a telescope.
Speaking of that, do you guys think the ISS at least had a chance to fly by when what's the name, when the Artemis is going to the so-called moon? Don't you think they could have taken a video or a photo or something of it? Hey Weiskopf, good to see you, thank you for coming in. Yeah, I mean, think about it. The so-called ISS is supposed to be orbiting what, every 90 minutes around Earth? So it would have caught some kind of view of the so-called Artemis by now, a few times. Why aren't we seeing any Artemis view from the ISS? Really odd stuff.
Well,
Because the ISS isn't really up there, guys. There's definitely something up there, but there's nobody in there, up there, and it's definitely not at the altitude they're saying.
see, Flatzoid, I just want to jump in. There's a 4 image of the moon that they got on Flutter Discord. Now, how I can find any of this stuff, it'd be great, but they turn it and it appears to be a certain thing, but
Where's
when
it?
they show it to you, it's not what it appears to be. And
Where's it
whether or
on?
not, a light in the sky is spherical shape or whatever, it's pointed out that it, your eye would show.
You guys
it to
see
be
this?
such.
He misspelled it.
You know.
Not 2. Obviously, yes, I was supposed to put an extra O there. Sorry. I wasn't worrying about my spelling. I was literally just worrying about how to construct it for you guys. And whatever you chose there, Charlie Welsh, you showed that you guys are not too bright. Anyway, back to the video. But yeah, I see what you're saying with the moon and everything. But they do it on purpose. That's why you get all these so-called videos and images from Artemis as well. That's not very great resolution images. You would think they'd have proper imaging cameras on there by now. I mean, come on. Can't even afford something that can go 720p? What the hell is going on with these guys?
That this planet has. So even though that really doesn't make much sense when you really think about it, if you're one of these people who want to believe in, you need more convincing than that, and that's the problem. We need to have a proof that is undeniable, and for that to work, it needs to be extremely simple.
Yeah. You guys heard
Black
it?
Swan. That's my answer to him. Black Swan.
Yeah, that's the that's what the black swan actually is to the Globers. Undeniable. That's actually so simple, and they still don't get it. That's how dumb these guys are. The moment you say refraction, you have thrown your globe in the water. Full stop. That's why they chose that image in the first instance. Hey Jolly Man, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it, Fetish First. Thank you for being here. Yeah, hope you guys are enjoying it. We're gonna get to the meaty stuff soon, guys.
And I saw it, and I've been thinking about this for a couple of weeks, trying to poke holes in my own theory, right, of is this the best way to show it? So I came across this,
Why
right?
is it
Now,
the-
I haven't tipped this picture on its side. That's literally on the the ESA's website. Now, as soon as you start saying about space and ESA, everyone starts going, oh, well, it's a dome, blah, 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 blah.
No, nobody says, oh, well, it's a dome, blah, 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 blah. When you say that, we say, oh, where do they go? To the second law of nature violation, space vacuum. That's what we say. We don't say anything about a dome. So there's a straw man and a red herring.
Blah, blah. Let me just, this is a better picture.
So who do you think this guy, what flat earthers does this guy actually talk to? Do you guys want...
I've got a problem with this guy, right? If I go out and talk to people, they're all globers.
Yeah.
He's going out and apparently talking to flat earthers and saying what they think like, but when I go out on the street and I talk to people, they're all ballers or normies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, is he surrounded by flat earthers?
Apparently. I thought flat earthers is a dying phase or something apparently to these guys.
I mean, it don't sound like a normal story.
Yeah, but that's what I said. He's getting his information off of people like Simon, Dan, and the crew. That you can literally hear it. So he's believing them as like a dumbed down, gullible follower. Literally, he's parroting their sort of argument. That's all he's doing. Now he thinks he's got some kind of gotcha on the flat Earth because he sees a rocket.
So it's just some kind of low-level baller.
Yeah, he's new to the flat Earth, definitely. Definitely new to it. I wouldn't be surprised if he's just recently in the last year or few months subscribed to Simon Dan. But yeah, let's carry on.
Picture here, right? And if I open this image in a new tab, right, this is what we have.
Wow.
And this is it, right? This is the image that sorts this all out.
When I saw this is the image that sorts it all out. I was like, what the hell, guys? If you haven't already, guys, please just share the show. This is the time you must share the show and like it so you get out to a bigger audience, so we can laugh how dumb the globe guys are. Because this is literally the epitome of showing the desperation these guys have to try and convert people to the globe lie. Hi Alan, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Yeah. So guys, please share the show. Just so we can get it out. But this is apparently their black swan, you can say. Oh man, the ignorance. Oof.
What we have here is loads of things going on. So we have a rocket been launched, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a video of the rocket being launched here. So let me just play the video and I'll talk over the top of it. So we've got a date. This has all been up for quite a while. You know what I mean? These are, you can look back, these aren't new images that have just arrived.
Yeah, very simple. It's a rocket going up. Come on, get to the point.
Right? No one is denying that this rocket exists. Right?
I'm glad he actually said that. No one denies the rocket exists. We're not globebusters and say that's a balloon. We're not stupid. Okay? So when people come and tell you, oh no, this is actually just a balloon, there's no ways this can lift it up. It's bullshit. They're scamming you. Derek Nelson, good to see you. He's extremely uninformed. If you were to have an hour-long conversation with him, linking actual FE content, he wouldn't be saying the same things he is now. Exactly that, Derek Nelson. That's why I said. That's why I invited him now two times on his same video, asking him, would he like to come and chat to me? He has not responded. Instead, I've got trolls on his account telling me how stupid I am. That's it. Very sad. But yeah, so guys, if you ever hear people like Globebusters telling you, oh no, that's just a balloon, please laugh at them, because that's definitely not a balloon. That's real engineering going on there. It's a real rocket. The only difference is when it actually goes out of you, it doesn't go into space, it just goes out of you and into the sea. Hence, Point Nemo.
Listen, there's a guy on YouTube. I know him. I'm a good friend of his. He used to work at NASA.
Mm-hmm.
They make all these things.
Exactly.
They make these satellites. They make these rockets. They don't go to space,
Nope.
but they make them.
I still want to ask him to invite him to come and talk a bit. Jesus Free Computer Geek. Definitely worth a channel to watch, guys. Really awesome guy. But yeah, he literally admits it. He used to work for NASA. He says it straight. His wife, I think, also worked for NASA. I think he met her at NASA. And they both flat earthers. Weird. Don't you guys think?
So we've already got that in the pocket. You can see the rocket launch off there, but just to be clear, as you can see, it is dark here.
Wow.
Even before...
That's profound, guys. It's dark there. That's amazing. You see, guys, it's dark there.
The rocket launches off. If we go back there, the sun is literally going down, right? The sun is going down. It gives us the date and the time. We know where this is, and there's all of these witnesses here.
Yeah.
Right? So the rocket sets off. You can kind of see how dark it is. So the sun has already set, and you can go back and look at the times, right?
I love how the exposure works, how it's kind of just blackened out the background because it's so bright, yeah. But yeah, let's get to it. Come on, rockets definitely go off.
Dates and times. It's got a date.
Hey, Mr. Obvious, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming.
It plastered on it. This is VA 257. It's on June the 22nd.
We can read.
2022, so really recently.
Yeah, we can read.
But there are loads of other examples of this going back through time, so it's not just a recent thing.
Okay.
The rocket launches off, right? Now, according to some of the flat earthers, it's going to hit the dome and whatever. We don't need that. What we need...
No. They say it doesn't hit the dome. It doesn't even get there. It goes into the ocean. That's the whole argument. So again, another straw man and red herring.
Is the exhaust gases, right? So you can see it rise there.
Wow.
You can see it rise there. And you can see that this exhaust plume here
Yes.
is dark, right? It's dark like the clouds. It pretty much, I don't know if they use LOX and liquid hydrogen, or if they use kerosene. I think it's LOX.
YouTube, discs flying through outer space when outer space isn't even possible. Yeah, exactly. It's just nonsensical. Yet they still push that Flat Earth Society narrative. We don't even say that. We say space is fake. It's not what we taught, but they still show the disc floating in space. It's because they have a belief that the globe has to be suspended in space, so they automatically assume the flat Earth has to be in space as well, instead of having the flat Earth as the foundation.
And I don't know if I heard correctly, Flatzoid, but it sounds like you don't know what fuel a rocket works with.
No.
But yeah, it's trying to tell you how that exhaust from that fuel reacts with light.
Yeah. But it's fine. That's not the argument anyway. We're getting there. But yeah, he's just trying to sound very intelligent. You remember, he's got the flat Earth can't explain this kind of argument. It's the so-called black swan for the flat Earth guy, for the globe Earth guys. Come on. We have to take it. We're so dumb. We don't understand, so they dumb it down at such a level that we're not going to understand.
The rocket takes off, and then you can see dark, light. Now we know what this is, right? And you can see there's a woman here with a phone with the picture.
Behind him,
so
showing the
this
app.
is all real, right? It's almost like we've got a second source to.
You got a lot of sources, a lot of people taking the video. The rocket is real. We know this.
Corroborate.
He's actually a clown, this guy. I mean, look how excited he's getting over this as well. 45 votes. Globe defenders are not too bright. Yes, 47%. No, 27%. They do try, 27%. So actually it's 100%. No, they are not too bright, because it doesn't matter which one you choose. It's going to go, they are not too bright.
Collaborate. To confirm what she's seeing, right? I know I'm getting excited, but I just do get excited about these things. There's all these people here, and all of these people can give you the video that they recorded and the dates and the times, right? These are all your eyewitnesses.
Yeah.
They heard this, felt this, saw this.
Yes. Get over it, done. We've not once denying rockets are real.
You can even see on
Only the scammers like Globebusters saying they are balloons.
people's screens. and we don't even have to accept that this went into space. We don't have to accept any of that.
It didn't go to space. That's the, you see there, we don't even have to accept this went to space. That would be the argument that you guys have to answer us. Where did it go? You guys claim space. How did it violate the natural law of second law thermodynamics? Oh wait, you guys don't answer us that. You just say gravity. So that's why you have to obfuscate from that fact. Oh man, it's very sad.
Right? We can just ignore that. What we can look at is this. It's this picture. Right? This
Beautiful
is the picture
by
that
the way.
matters. You can even see it even matches the clouds.
Yes, because the light is coming through. That's what happens. You do know this kind of goes against your globe as well. Because this shows the light source is above the clouds. He went through the clouds, so the clouds is blocking the light. Did he ever think of that? No, because he's trying to claim now it's Earth curve blocking the light. But the clouds are blocking the light of that path. That's as simple as that.
Oh, hold on a minute. Some of that exhaust plume is going to be getting light from thrusters. So the further away that plume gets from rocket, then it's going to start looking darker. I don't really know where he's going with this.
No, he's trying to say this dark plume is keeping up with this. So the flat Earth sun is always above. So how do we get the shadow on the bottom and we have the light on the top? Where
He's
is
trying to say that bit of plume's caused by Earth curve.
exactly? That's what he's trying to say. But in the meantime, in the meantime, he's ignoring, even on a flat Earth, the light is above, so it would be shining there, and the clouds are blocking the light. This is how idiotic these people come up with, and I think this is the best argument under the sun. This, I mean, come on, my 7-year-old daughter understands this is better than this guy. Clouds block the light. Not Earth curve, clouds block the light. It doesn't matter if the sun is even underneath the clouds, it would still give this, because remember, it's an apparent drop on the flat Earth, not an actual drop. This is how dumb these guys are.
Now, unless people are going to start saying clouds aren't real, right? This is what happens. Now, there's a few things to this. This rocket is setting off east, right? Because that's what rockets do. They go with the rotation of the Earth, right? So the rocket is
go with
heading
the rotation
east.
of the Earth, guys.
The sun is set.
Another Velcro Earther. Rockets go with it. So no Coriolis then. Oh wow, that's sad, guys. So he's actually anti-flat Earther. He preaches Globiolus.
If you were making a rocket, one quickest way to get into orbit be go against Earth rotation.
Yeah, exactly. No, but then remember they shoot it east so they can have the momentum. That's why.
They shoot it in one direction because it's going to Nemo.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but that's the excuse. So they have the conservation of momentum, but it's not going with it. The Earth is supposed to be spinning underneath. Thank you, Veritasium, for saying that. Remember? Thank you, Neil deGrasse Smokey the Tyson, that says the ground moves underneath. Actually, practically everybody that is a priest for the heliocentric model says the ground moves underneath the rockets. But you get guys like this that say, Globiolus, the rocket moves with the Earth. Totally ignoring what Coriolis is.
So if it moved with Earth, then it's getting nowhere.
Yeah. I just have to answer this quickly. Mr. Obvious, I've flown tons of model rockets, single stage and 3-stage, big motors, little motors. They don't leave the launch pad slow, none of them. Yeah, but remember, these are much heavier rockets though, so it takes more energy for the mass to accelerate. So obviously it's gonna start accelerating slow and then it's gonna get faster. So that makes sense.
It's right, Flatzoid, because that rocket's supposed to be going thousands of miles an hour.
Yeah, it doesn't look fast, that I have to say.
It don't look like it's going more than 20.
Yeah, usually when it gets about...
if you buy your own rocket, little model rocket, and
It
launch
goes much faster up.
and it's gone. You can't even see it, and it's up there.
Yeah, but look how quick those. I mean, look at that amateur rocket that we saw that McToon thought was also the end of flat Earth. Look how quickly it got to that altitude. Much quicker than this thing.
Yeah, it could be a mixture of a rocket and other things. I don't know what it is. There are parts made for them and stuff like that, like as a machinist, but I never know what anything would assemble into. I'm not saying I made NASA parts. I'm saying I made parts that were for the government that I don't know what they were.
But I'm just definitely not balloons though. Not one. No, they are balloons. They are slow. No, I doubt they're balloons.
No, but yeah, to know for sure what they are or whatever, I think is kind of, I don't know.
No, I don't think they're balloons. They're not rigid enough. But
yeah, I'm not saying they are.
I truly think they are just glorious fireworks.
It's a show. They literally build it up to show. They're, like I said, they take it up and then throw it in the ocean. Then they just start over.
That's what it's for. It's a show.
Yeah.
Because now
right.
they're suspending belief just like Hollywood does. So all these people are seeing this amazing rocket, feeling the sound vibrations coming from that awesome sound and seeing it go up, and it's starting to curve so it can go into orbit, and then it goes out of view. So therefore it has to go to space. Where else would it go?
Listen, there's a Bible scripture where it talks about he makes fire come down from heaven in the sight of men. And there's loads of men watching these rocket launches, and some of them come back down and stuff. You know what I mean? It's both about in scripture.
I had Jack of all trades. You know that one troll that trolls my rigid balloons. It's possible. Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible, not one, but it's definitely not a balloon. That there's a lot of construction that's gone into those balloons. Balloons. I mean rockets. But yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah.
Problem I've got with them balloons is all that fire at the bottom of them, like.
Yeah, it can melt.
It don't make sense it's a balloon, but like you can go out and buy rocket kits that are massive and they go quite high in the sky, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so it's just a glorified toy rocket.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It is. Yeah, definitely rinse and repeat 2015 arguments, YouTube. But like I was saying, Jack of all trades, what a name. Usually if he understood, he must rewrite it to what it actually means. Jack of all trades, master of none, by the way.
Yeah.
Because that's the full name. But yeah, he says, how come if it's going down, why doesn't anybody see it from Hawaii or whatever? I said, it's the same as you thinking you can see airplane crash if you were in Los Angeles from New Mexico. It's as simple as that.
So why doesn't NASA show you footage of it going sideways then?
Yeah, they only plant a camera just there, so it just shows there, and they usually show it when it's just high above before it's going to arc down and fall. That's it.
Hey, did you so the curve that they say is because for the astronauts in the rocket, it's still a straight up trajectory from their perspective.
No.
Isn't that what they claim?
No, they said they go on that curved trajectory to match.
Yeah, the orbit, for orbit velocity.
That orbital velocity, they have to be going like sideways on.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Okay, I might have been wrong.
So they're actually debunking the Coriolis while they're claiming that as well.
Yeah.
Because they're shooting.
There are.
Reason it's going sideways on is it's not actually going. It's not going up and up and up into space. It goes up for a bit and then it starts lagging and it starts coming back down, so it does like an arc.
And you see this point when it gets past here, it's really losing its energy. It's used up most of its fuel.
Yep.
So that's why it has that so-called arc, not because it's going into the orbital velocity. It's because it's losing its energy. It's used up its fuel. It's very simple mechanics, these guys. But they're so gullible to think, but it's going into the path so it can fall with orbital velocity. 17,500 miles an hour. Insane. Just to say thank you, Face Reality, for your $2 super chat. No way rockets are moving faster than bullets. Yes, I agree. And they cannot even prove it. They can't demonstrate it even. Can you tell me that this is showing it actually to go as fast as they claim. Just because they say it is now at nominal, it's going at 8,000 miles an hour, whatever now, it doesn't actually make it. Yeah?
Have you ever seen ISS? Flatzoid.
Through a telescope? Yeah.
Just with your eyes, like, because you can see it with your eyes.
No, not with my eyes.
You don't need a telescope, you can see it with your eyes. It's just a dot that moves over.
It looks, but it looks like a normal satellite moving up at night, where it's just like a light, a bright light.
It's moving faster.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Look at with parallax, the things will look slower the further away it is, which is understandable, but that's where their magic trick comes in, because they know they can have an excuse to why it doesn't look fast enough, so they can make up any number, and therefore it has to be real. Yeah, YouTube. Hawaii is 4,600 miles away from Florida. Exactly. So how are they going to see that rocket falling into the ocean all the way from Hawaii, YouTube? They can't. The resolution limits. These guys don't even understand what resolution limit is. They literally think if it's flat Earth, you can see forever. That is their whole...
That's why I wanted to get a black swan with the naked eye, and then the black swan with the camera, and then put them side by side and ask folks to ask, like, we have limits with our eyes, and point out that we can only see so far with our eyes, that you wouldn't be able to see this at all with, like, what do you, like, it made me think that they were considering the P900 a refraction machine.
Sort of sounds like it, yeah. No, it's they ignore everything optical. Hence why you get people like McToon saying orthographic view is perspective.
That it's not.
Yeah, but you see, that's why you get them stating that, because they don't understand optics. They do not understand anything that's got to do with perspective and optical. It's like their mind is totally blanked off.
Well, the thing is,
that or the side.
Sorry, go on, Lumpy.
Oh, it was just real quick. Remind Flatzoid of the idea of the box in a picture, and then move the box back, and then have that same picture, so that you can show the size change of the box with distance. I mean, it would just validate that. I mean, with the demonstration, that would be just a real clip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you see, they think just angular size change in the distance means perspective. That's not the truth. There's a lot of other optical phenomena that has to be taken into account with perspective, not just angular size change. That's all orthographic is there for, is to take into account the angle to the object. That's it. It doesn't take anything like convergence, parallax, refraction, the fog that's in the way. I mean, there's so much things. You have so much optical phenomena that you have to contend with in reality when you look in 3 dimensions, and it still gets compressed to a 2-dimensional image as well, because we live in 3 dimensions. So even that compression gives a foreshortening effect that they don't even are able to account for. They literally just hijacked perspective and called it Earth curve. So that's why they can't.
That's what I'm trying to point out.
That's why
if you use a naked eye observation, they wouldn't have a hope, and then you got to contrast that to what they got for a measurement with Alberuni.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Thing with naked eye, Lumpy, is you might not even be able to see all 3 of them.
You wouldn't see them even as a dot. They're not even a dot.
I mean, you guys.
They're not there.
I mean, Lumpy, you've seen when you go to the beach. I mean, I'm going down to the beach again. I just am going to maybe take some footage again, where you just have the camera not zoomed in at all. You can't see anything.
Yeah.
You see an horizon, but you don't see anything. As soon as you zoom in, then it puts its the resolution. Then you can see it. It's actually just magnified what you couldn't see. It was already there, but you couldn't see it because the resolution limit was reached.
Well, it's identical but opposite to seeing like a cell, like an amoeba.
Yeah.
You're getting the angle changed to a resolution that you can, and they've taken the naked eye, and now they're trying to compare it with a Nikon P900, and they're not considering the fact that these things aren't even at all in view.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got to contrast that with what they've claimed they've got a measurement with.
When these people were claiming Earth curve because of the vision, they didn't have P900. They didn't have.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but even look when they
Sorry.
but look at those days when they claimed Earth curve. They didn't even know about refraction yet.
Exactly.
They didn't know
A number
about
of things.
they didn't know about any of
A
these
100 number of
things.
things, but they're trying to compare what we have now with the black swan, apples and oranges, because their claim needs to be the naked eye. So like if you had these side by side, you'd be able to show, look, this is what your measurement is based off of, and here is, so like sticks and lasers and then cameras and eyes, and sort like try to point out the fact that there's like we have an advantage now.
Well, I've got a couple of photographs of a boat. I've just recently been to the seaside one, right? And I've got a photograph of a boat, right? Not zoomed in. It looks like it's sat bang on horizon, but as you start to zoom in, you can start to see the horizons behind the boat. Do you know what I mean? So
And just that
they
alone,
they're thinking that the limit of their vision, what they can see with their naked eyes, is Earth curve.
yeah, and just
That's
that
what
alone,
they're-
yeah, just that alone debunks the whole argument. You can't have the horizon blocking things while the horizon's behind that blocked object.
Exactly,
It's a
Flatzoid.
contradiction.
Yep.
Okay.
It is. Like the globe is upside down world. I hope I can reach somebody hearing this. I hope somebody here is maybe on the fence. But yeah, comparing an eye to a Nikon P900 and trying to argue based on a false comparison is just not. It's not a good route. And you guys have, not you guys, us guys are solid. We're good. But comparing apples and oranges in so many ways on their end, that's another. I should make a channel.
You should, Lumpy.
Yeah, you should.
Definitely. I'd sub any day. Make a channel, dude.
Well, I got one with the SolidWorks, but then I got to plan what I'm going to say, because if I just go in winging it, I start jumping over things I needed to have said and things like that, so I have a problem. I was like, I'm a little bit of an anxious guy. So,
But I enjoy having you on.
it's just,
I'm glad having you on
Thank
the
you.
channel, man.
I want to be part of waking up humanity as many as we can get.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Should I
me
carry
too.
on with the video, guys? Because he's still got more of this argument. Yeah, he's still got
Yeah,
more.
go on, man. I don't mean to distract. I
And
really
it gets
don't.
sad, actually.
Heading west, obviously it's over here, this side. So, if the Earth was flat, right? If the Earth was flat, then why would you all of a sudden encounter sunlight the higher you go? Now, I know that the flat earthers say, I can actually pull that up.
Why would we encounter light the higher you go up on a flat Earth, guys? I think we've been through this
My
quite a few
question
times.
is, why wouldn't you think it works that way? Why would you think that it don't work like that? That's my question.
I mean, I think we've shown this quite a few times. Why on a flat Earth you would have light?
We've all seen sunset, haven't we? Right? I've been to the beach and I've seen sun go below the horizon. Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still daylight.
Yeah, but these guys are even.
Clouds are still pink and stuff. You know what I mean?
So,
But these guys are
It's
even.
moving. Because it's moving away.
Yeah, it's
not
moving away.
sinking below anything. It's just
But-
moving away.
But they're even contradicting themselves. Yes, not one. It's flow perspective. They actually look at flow perspective. We don't. We use actual reality. Even on the flat Earth model, the light would always be according to them at the same distance. So it's always going to have that light there. Do you understand? So even their straw man that the sun is always at that fixed distance, it's not setting. You can say it's going to be above the clouds, and therefore it's going to have that light because the light is blocked by the clouds. So he doesn't actually even know what he's trying to debunk here.
we could do a
You nailed
bit.
it.
Yeah, he doesn't actually know. But look at the argument he comes up with. Look at this red herring, guys.
Basic chicken
This argument.
sketch where we have a flat Earth and they don't know.
Thank you, Face Reality, for $2 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. ISS spacewalks would be instant death at 17,400 miles an hour. Yep, that's true. Imagine the G-forces you would be feeling at that speed. I mean, have you guys gone at, let's say, 300 kilometers an hour in a car? I have. You can hardly breathe because your chest is pushing so hard on you. At
you ever
17,400
watched-
miles, huh?
Have you ever watched astronauts on zero G with a Passat and that?
Exactly, at 9G. And I mean, apparently...
On the G-force machine, when they're going around and they're testing.
Yeah,
I mean...
and they're only getting to, what, 6 or 7G and they pass out.
That, like, and they're like, don't even know they've passed out.
Yeah. And the so-called, what, I think the astronauts going up in a rocket experience something like over 13G. Is as far as I remember. You would die.
You fasten a 13 mil bolt with a spanner at 17,500 miles an hour and see how you get on.
It's farcical to say the least.
Let's not do that. They tend to believe.
Watch this,
that
guys. Watch
if
this.
they had a sun
Yeah.
that has a certain range, right? The light has a certain range. Just say.
Inverse square law of light. Light always has a certain range. Hasn't he ever heard of the inverse square law of light, guys? Probably not.
Probably not.
And that light.
Hey, if you were to run, real quick, if you were to run like Christmas lights on railroad tracks, at the point where they converge, beyond that, you're not going to see the lights.
Exactly.
We have a limit to that as well, like how far we can see light.
Listen, I've worked on railway for 10 years, and there's a reason why you wear high vis.
I like using how I like making this argument is, let's say you were in the World War and you were across a river or a pond or a lake, and we can say it's 10 k's across from one side to the other, and the other guy's smoking a cigarette 10 k's away. Are you going to see the light of that cigarette 10 k's away?
No, you're limited. It starts out a small
Inverse square law of
small
light.
angle size.
It can only reach a certain amount because as it disperses, it weakens by the fold. Very simple stuff. Yeah. So let's go on.
Light range is, to a certain distance. So a lot of them proclaim that if you're stood, let's just try and make it a little house. Imagine your house is there, right? That's your house. That it's nighttime because the sun is going round the earth, right? And
No. See what I mean? This is ridiculous. This is not what any flat earther says. Have you guys seen any flat earther ever make this argument that he's making here?
It's offering a frame of mind for a person, is what it's doing.
Because this is
dishonest.
dishonest.
Nobody thinks that.
Yeah, this is dishonest. He's making up an argument to burn. He's making a straw man. Nobody has ever claimed this. So it's just a lie, in other words. How it works is the sun moves away from you, and as it moves away, the angle gets more acute, and therefore it has an apparent drop into below the horizon. It just converges. That's all it does. And the smaller the angle, the less chance it has of the light reaching you. And yeah, with the inverse square of light, you get twilight. Hence, because it's going to be blocked by things in the distance going through the atmo, and fog, and dust, and wind, stuff blowing in the air, and whatever.
Why do they have street lights every 10 yards instead of one every 100 yards or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it's not because of Earth curve, it's because the light cannot reach a certain point. It gets dimmer, it gets too dim to be able to see. It uses energy. Oh man. This is sad.
The light has a certain range. If that's the case, then why would a rocket next to where you're standing, why would a rocket that's travelling further away all of a sudden encounter light? Right? Why would all of a sudden?
Because the sun is actually up there, and the angle is wide.
No, but how does he know that rocket's going further away? It could be coming towards him and still look like it's going up.
But even if it's going away, the sun has a wider angle here than it does to the ground.
Have you ever seen aeroplanes where they look like they're going straight up?
Yeah.
They look like rockets sometimes where it spew the covering out. They look like they're going straight up sometimes, but they're not. They're coming towards you.
Well, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about because I just got here.
You ain't got a clue. clue, PJ, because you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm a flat earther. I don't know nothing.
PJ.
That's right.
Good to see you, PJ. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, not too
But I
bad.
love how he just blocks the light all of a sudden with his light. It's like,
No,
blocked
but
you.
seriously, when you're watching a rocket launch, depending on where you are, you can't tell which direction it's going in.
Not really.
No, I mean I know what you're saying, Mike. I know what you're saying, Michael. I have watched aeroplanes when they're really, really high up, and sometimes it does look like they're going vertically, like 90 degrees up. You know what I mean?
I've seen videos on YouTube that people have filmed like some of these other rocket launches, and they look like they're going sideways on
Yeah, but you see,
Yeah, yeah.
that comes.
from where they are.
But you see, that comes to that same argument where you showed the cars coming to
Yeah.
have the position for the star trails that we try to show cats. It's exactly that. It's all just got to do with the angle you're looking at. I mean, you also have a foreshortening effect the further it goes away because of parallax.
But
As soon as it's
you know
taking that
You
little
know them cars, Flatzoid? You know them cars?
yeah.
Really should have been in a car park circling round me.
Yeah, then that would have worked. We should actually do it again around the roundabout or something. Hey Owen, good to see you. Thank you for coming. But yeah, this is the kind of ridiculous arguments we get from these guys.
This section here that should be in the dark like the rest of it. That's
No, it shouldn't. You made an argument that it just stops there abruptly. That's not what anybody claims. So you making a claim that just stops there and there shouldn't be light there is just you making a really ignoramus claim. You're trying to debunk your own claim here.
heading away from the sun be light. The only way to describe this, right,
Yeah.
is line of sight. Is that the Earth is curved, so we can even put that in.
No, that's not the only way the Earth is curved. That's false. So because he's saying now because the Earth is curved, therefore the light that cannot go further than that now goes further because the Earth is curved. That's his logic, guys.
That's not good.
Not good at all. 51 votes, guys. Globe defenders are not too bright.
Well,
yes, 41%. No, 31%. They do try. 27%.
His
Yeah?
way of thinking comes from life indoctrination, though. You know what I mean? So
No, but you see, this is the kind of argument Simon Dan comes up with. That's what I said.
a life for indoctrination and believes it.
But like I said,
Well,
he's super.
not just
Yeah.
not just that, but it's faulty ways of determining an outcome.
And
So it's fallacy wrapped in a fallacy. Almost every statement.
And have you realized they just automatically just default back to it must be globe? That's it. If they don't have an answer for something, they just default it back to the globe. Even though they made a really ignorant, stupid straw man to burn. That's not even an argument we've made. They just default straight back to the globe. Therefore, globe fixes everything.
Actually, we can move the sun down here, just say, right? We can get rid of that. So instead of this silly idea of light is, curved or whatever, you can have...
No, light curved is your guys' argument. You guys are saying light curves, hence your refraction. Did you not, you don't keep up to date with your religion? We don't say light curves, you guys do.
A curved surface, I know it's not really doing it justice, but you see what I mean. We can even, just for the laugh, put a mountain in the way. We might as well just do that, right? Just put a mountain in the way like that. And it's the light from here that's shining like that. That's what's happening, right? Or even better, these like that.
What we've got here, a flat plane diagram.
Yeah, but he's trying to say now, because it's globe, the mountain can block the light and therefore to go up like that and leave a shadow there. But he's ignoring the photo he showed was the clouds were blocking the light. It went through the clouds. Totally ignoring what he just showed with the clouds. So he's just making up another scenario to try and suit his globe narrative. That's all he's doing. But don't worry, it still goes on. It still goes on.
Yeah, they love to ignore relevant information and make use of information that's useless.
That's true. Why? Because globe.
Exactly, because globe.
There, to the sun. Right, the last bit of light there. Just call it that. A hill or a curve or whatever. Now you can actually look at the maps and see if there's any hills that are hiding the sun. It's not the way it works. This rocket is moving away from the sun, where the sun is meant to be. It's moving eastwards and the sun is setting in the west. That is universal. The flat earthers don't deny that.
Okay, yeah, let's listen.
No one denies that. And there's loads of
No one denies that. But you just said the sun is setting. Yes, there's no such thing as setting sun. It's just moving out of your view. Therefore, it's converging, giving the appearance of a setting sun. So no, not how you've explaining it. Definitely.
pictures like this.
We're back to our Mount Shasta thing, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is the same kind of argument that Bob the Science Guy had, remember, where the shadow was underneath the clouds, and he thought it was some great glow proof, but he ignores everything compared to how the light works when it moves away.
That's a brilliant video of that by what's he called?
Chris Berry made a good demonstration.
P-Brain
as well, yeah.
See this?
Yeah. Yeah. You want to say something, Lumpy?
Bob is a hot mess. What happened to his head? Have any of you guys seen the back of that guy's head?
Probably got burnt or something. Probably stuck it against
by a shovel.
No, he probably stuck it.
Yeah, right? It's like...
Shout out to QE, because that's what QE says.
While he
got flat smack.
Right?
Well, if you guys have to judge his intelligence based on the arguments he's brought, I wouldn't be surprised that he would put his head against a hot turbo manifold, since he is a mechanic.
Yeah, he was on Bev's. He was on Bev's like 3 months ago, talking about how a curved line's a shorter distance between two paths than a straight line. I promise. He said it like 3 times. Each time, the one guy goes, he said it again. Because it was so dumb.
Yeah, because they're trying to say great circle roots. That's why. Because they're so indoctrinated about great circle roots. Speaking of great circle roots, I recently asked Wolfie if he would do a video for us proving great circle roots. Because he's always claiming how the plane takes a great circle route, and he shows the instrumentation how the actual path is taken. So what I did was I asked him, would you please be so kind as to do this again, but this time take a compass with you. Obviously the compass is not going to be accurate because of all the materials in the cockpit and whatever, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to give an accurate reading. You can just place it down, and as you're taking the great circle bearing, if that compass is not changing with you, it means it's just your computer saying you're taking the great circle and not actually taking that deviation. But he's already making excuses for that. So we'll see if that's ever going to happen. If the compass deviates, then you know they're really turning. If they're not, if it's not deviating, it's not turning.
Accounting for an optical illusion. So
because
that's done and dusted as far as I'm concerned.
Because think about it, when they're flying an airplane, now you can see he's literally flying straight. It's showing the bearing straight. Now, it's supposedly he puts down and you see, okay, it's changed the bearing by a degree. You're not going to see that degree bearing change because it's still going to look like you're traveling straight. It's so easy to have that system saying you're going along the bearing, you know, that 1 degree bearing, but you're not. You're still just traveling straight. So that's why I said, let's put some third-party evaluation there by putting a compass. It doesn't matter if it's accurate or not. It just literally has to show if you are taking a bank that 1 degree, it should actually deviate that 1 degree on your compass.
Absolutely, it should register, definitely.
If it doesn't register, it means you're not actually taking the curve. You're not following any curve. You're not going that great circle. It's just saying that your plane's data is saying you're taking it because it's based on the globe.
Yeah.
What about all other pilots who people have asked them when they've been on a plane and they said, are we flying over a plane, mate? And they're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, what about all these pilots?
But yeah, so guys, if you do see Wolfie, please try and pep him up to try and do the so-called challenge, because I think it'll be great.
The thing that Wolfie needs to account for is his claim that he corrects for Coriolis. He has an instrument that corrects for Coriolis.
He has to show us how.
That's the.
He has to show us. Yeah.
He's the only pilot. He's the only pilot that does.
Yeah, he has to show us how he counts.
How do you correct for an apparent drift? What do you put yourself
The only drift the plane.
into reverse so you don't seem to be drifting for the person?
The only drift the plane.
In all fairness, it must be flying over my flat every day because I keep seeing these planes doing weird curves.
Trying to account for Coriolis in the plane.
The only drift a plane takes is because of the wind, because the wind drifts it. That's the only drift a plane takes in. There's no such thing as Coriolis.
Well, that's the actual, but the actual claim is a second reference frame and it appearing to drift like on a roundabout and a ball being thrown across.
He doesn't understand the difference between an inertial and a non-inertial reference frame.
They claim one reference frame for it.
That's it. It's the one.
But that's not the official claim.
If you roll, like you just said, if you roll a ball.
Well, we understand, but he's claiming to correct for the official claim, not the non-official claim.
Mm-hmm.
And the official claim is an apparent effect. So when he says he has an instrument to correct for Coriolis based on the official claim, it's really bad because
Wolfie,
he'd have to do some kind of weird dynamic actually to try to...
Shouldn't we just ask Wolfie to actually point to the instrument cluster in the plane where it shows Coriolis deviation? Was where it takes it into
or how to correct for it.
You just has to point to it and show us how it and explain it to us how it works. That'd be great.
Loads of pictures of rocket plumes as they go up. Now, the beauty of this is that flat earthers are all around the world. I know there's a pun there. Flat earthers are everywhere, all around the world.
You do know around the world still requires a flat plane around the world. It's only when you say around the planet, then or globe, then it's not flat plane. But around the world, a flat earth is still a world. I don't think they realize that.
Every circumnavigation that has been done, if you look at map route that they've took, don't nowhere suggest that they've been around the sphere at all.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And some of them will be amateur rocketeers or whatever you call them. And they will be able to fly their rocket straight up. Now, I don't know how high they go, but at sunset, and then you wait a minute, and then launch your rocket, you'll be able to see the same thing, just straight up. That cannot be explained by refraction or anything stupid like that, right? This is just because you're going straight vertically up. There's none of this light range or anything rubbish like that. This is something that is...
Is he saying light, it doesn't affect it even if it's going straight up? And by the way, that's not vertical. That's at an angle. I don't know if he realizes that, but okay.
It's physically in front of everyone's face, and you can even see the bands of where there's not much light, more light, more light, more light, until you get towards the top where it's just like basically full.
Yeah. Clouds? No clouds. Clouds? No clouds. Is that it? Very simple. Your own image debunks your own argument. I mean, this is like child stuff, man.
Light. Why would that be the case? Even the clouds match this gradient. You can see the clouds.
Yes, because the clouds, see, the clouds block the light. That's what's happening. No cloud in the way. No cloud in the way.
Clouds match the gradient. You could even literally draw lines and match them up. Why would this be the case? So it's a question to flat earthers. I would love to hear their explanation of how this happens. Because as far as the scale of the Earth is concerned, this might as well be a straight line, right? You're basically going up. You're in such a small column. So it's a question to flat earthers. And it's a question that flat earthers should be asking the people who, really push this, like Mark Sargent and people like that. Hope that makes sense. It's just something that really bothers me about, not bothers me. We should provide proof.
Yeah. So guys, do you guys have an answer for him why this is this way? I mean, I gave the way. It's literally just the blockage of the clouds.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Blockage of the clouds. It doesn't seem too hard to me, to be honest. It looks like what we'd normally see. Do you know what I mean? It's cloud blockage.
But this is supposed to be flat earthers can't explain this. His own image debunks his own argument, and he's supposed to be.
I think he wants some big elaborate explanation when there's none needed.
Exactly. This is the most simple thing that you can. Literally, the clouds are blocking the light. That's why you see what you see.
Exactly.
Oh, that was fun. so hopefully I'm gonna send the link to him. I'm gonna hopefully see if he's going to respond to it, or maybe come for a chat. Then we can actually have an actual conversation that he can talk to an actual flat earther.
Do you want my opinion on him?
Yeah.
It's just some guy who they've punted. You know, Toon and Craig is just some idiot there now.
No, I think he just recently got into it by watching Behind the Curve or something, and it intrigued him. So then all of a sudden he's starting, Simon Dan, Mark Sargent, you know, because he's not actually getting to the actual flat earthers, like Flat Earth Debate, like Discord 24/7, like me, like Refracted Philosophy, like P-Brain. He's not getting to any of the actual arguments. You know, he's just getting to the pushed narrative media guys. That's all.
Yeah, but look at who he's pushing.
Yeah, he's
Pushing all his hair.
But he thinks this is some kind of debunk. But like I said, what's very telling is he's trying to say we have to dumb it down so much that these idiots can understand the argument. Therefore, I found the perfect one that's just kills the flat earth because it's so simple. But what did they do? He
Somebody
just showed
set
his
him up
ignorance.
for this, I think. That's my opinion.
Do you think so?
Set him up. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not so sure. I think he's just really into this new.
I'm a very suspicious person.
So yeah.
He's maybe Ranty's minion. He used to be the minion. Now it's he is. Sorry guys, I'm getting a phone call. I'll have to get back to you.
Sorry, PJ. Okay, I'm just gonna finish this.
I agree with both but I know it's a contradiction because I don't know. I mean, it's an opinion, so I could agree with both you and Michael on it.
Yeah, it's just speculation.
You know, I don't know. He does sound kind of versed, like he's. What I mean by that is he comes up with the buzzwords, you know, refraction. So it seems to me like he's been around a minute, but I don't know.
But like I said, I think, but the way he comes up with it is almost like he's just been in for about a year. You know what I mean? Not longer than that, because even the arguments he's bringing...
one of the things that I'm getting to be suspicious of with the Globe and its arguments is they want to distort the way to determine knowledge, so they're stuck using so many fallacies that anybody paying attention to what they say, it limits them in their ability to understand knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's like it's an agenda to do that.
Yeah, but like
on a deeper level. But they're so consistent. That's what makes me suspect of it.
Yeah, but you've seen what they do. They try and start off by trying to paint us as dumb. We don't understand.
Oh yeah, I mean.
We are here to make. They are here to make. We are here so they can make fun of us. That's what they try and paint us down to. And when they bring the argument, we literally.
My problem is, right, if I were a baller, just a normie, not an anti-flat earther, just a normie, and all of a sudden I found this little YouTube corner where they're talking all this garbage, I won't go straight making a video about it. It don't make sense. If it's brand new to it, it won't be making videos, I don't think.
Hey Gematria Wombat, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Yeah, but exactly. But like I said, it's they try and paint us as dumb. And have you, I don't know, since all the years, I mean, I've been in Flat Earth, 7-8 years by now, I have not ever had one actual argument from a Glober that is, I can say I was stumped. Not one. Because it's always the same circle jerk argument from them that shows they debunk their own argument. It's always based on I can't explain it, so I'm going to strawman the flat Earth and try and burn that strawman argument by showing my own ignorance. That's all it's been this whole 7 years that I've been into the flat Earth. Is that?
Yeah, that's what we all witnessed.
And
anyone that's able to not do that.
And I think that's why you
literally
don't really get the high level physicists and PhDs that really take part in this that much, unless those are like getting into the media, you understand? Because I don't know, it's like they don't see, they know they don't really have an argument to it, because they know if they're really going to give an argument, they have things that they have to back up, and they can't back it up. Man, you've seen.
So I went to university across the country, anybody that had public emails, and they do if they're a public university, and I sent the physics department. It was just a copy paste send basically, and I did it about, it's been a while now, 9 months maybe. Not a reply, not a peep from any single one of them. It literally was more than 70 of them.
Yeah.
I left out flat Earth, but I brought up air pressure without a container. Not a response from anybody.
No one, because they also understand gravity is not a force, so it can't do anything. Because physics 101, gravity has no effect on the direction of gas. Full stop. Hey Godzilla 37, thank you for the $7 super chat. Really appreciate it. Always with these questions for flat earthers. The hubris of these guys. Look, we've asked only one thing for years now: glow proof. You have it? No, they don't have it, Godzilla. That's why they try and strawman and burn the strawman arguments they come up with. But the problem is, the arguments they bring up is really dumb and stupid, showing just how stupid they are.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna finish this last.
Kind of like
Phil
Jim
Bell.
Osmond saying we wouldn't expect to see geometry when that's what they need to see.
That's what they claim it is, yeah.
Yeah. Or the second law of thermodynamics doesn't apply to Earth. What was the other one?
The second law of
But these are
thermodynamics
the
doesn't-
dumbest things I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, Rumpus. The second law of thermodynamics doesn't apply to the Earth.
That's coming from anti-flat earthers.
But
I mean,
Rumpus
that's coming from
almost
people in argument who can't defeat the argument.
Rumpus almost seems to be the trainer, because it's like open up with ad hom, then make general claims that don't really associate with each other. It's almost like he's the trainer to this sort of stuff,
Yeah.
man. It's kind of a model.
I think, guys, this is a very, very telling thing is Cosmic Services here. Being there from what? Being from the side. Constant arguments about the dead horse, but no progression. That's very telling. I 100% agree, Cosmic Surf. It's just circle jerk. That's all it's been the whole 7 years I've been into this. Just circle jerk.
Listen,
Again,
It's all it's been.
listen, you know when the biggest argument is a guy from 2,000 years ago who they can't even prove existed? If
They don't
that's
have
the best
documentation for him. There's nothing.
Game over. Game over.
Yeah, and everything that he was supposed to prove his documentation with, the museum burned down. I mean,
I really looked into it, me, Flatzoid, and I couldn't find no evidence. All I got were, if there were any evidence of him being
it
real,
doesn't exist anymore.
it burnt down in Fire of Alexandria,
Uh-huh.
and all after that is hearsay.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I found.
I'm just gonna let this guy make his final statement quickly, okay?
If people don't understand the proof because it's too complicated and we are trying to convince them, then we should find better ways to explain and show that these things really do exist. Hope that makes sense, and I'll see you in a bit. That is Matt. I have.
So yeah, that was Dirty Garage Guy coming up with a very, very dumb argument.
I'll try and get a response to. I'll get him a response on YouTube to him. I'll try.
If
Get
it's
him
from
here.
England, I'm going to find his garage and burn it down.
God dang it.
He actually has some good content with when it comes to the mechanical side. That I'm not gonna take it down from the guy, but
I don't trust
Flat
it
Earth.
one bit.
But Flat Earth, no, this guy doesn't. No. Okay, guys. Like I said, I'm not gonna have a long stream tonight.
Okay, you're good, man. That was good.
So tomorrow night, tomorrow night we can have a nice long stream because it's Friday. So you guys in the mood?
TFI Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Are you guys in the mood for a 4-hour stream tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm always up for 5 more hours.
At least a 3-hour.
Right? I'll come hang out for sure. I ain't got nothing to go on.
Sharp. Yeah, so you guys get to decide the topic. But no, I thought we decide on the topic. Michael?
Do you know, and I'm asking everybody who's listening, and you Lumpy and Flatzoid, when you get into Flat Earth, do you find that YouTube, there's no to watch? Do you know what I mean? There's never out to watch on YouTube.
No, you have to know exactly what you're looking for, especially if, like, I'm not on my account. Like, if I'm trying to find Flatzoid, I have to be Flatzoid perspective. You have to be very specific. If you're a general person, you're not going to find us. It sucks.
I've even tried to find myself, and I say Flatzoid. Everything that comes up is always someone else taking the mickey out of me.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's it. It's never my actual
That too.
channel. It's always how dumb
That's
this
exactly
guy
what
is.
I'm trying to say.
And
Yeah.
eventually, like on the 10th page,
you have
get. Yep.
Like, it almost makes me think that, like, when I type into YouTube, because I try to shout everyone out so we get people to the right place, right? That they're not able to type it into YouTube unless I was to put it in as a link. But nowadays it's like, check out Quantum Eraser, and I'll give them Quantum Eraser, put parentheses so it's clear as to what they want to look for. But when I look for QE now, you have to scroll down, and yeah, just like you're saying, guys, yeah, they're doing what they can to keep us isolated the best they can.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'm just gonna say thank you to all you guys coming, and tomorrow night, I think we should have a topic where everybody can present something, whatever they want to. How's that sound?
Sure.
So even the guys that's in chat, if you guys want to come present something tomorrow, anything you want to, even if it's just your channel, you can even show a flower growing if you want to. It doesn't matter. I think let's do a free-for-all presenting tomorrow. So maybe the Globers will come and present a globe evidence.
Yeah, let's try to get
How's
it go
that
over.
sound?
I'd actually like some Globers to come and talk to you, to be honest.
Yeah, if they would be brave enough. I mean, you've seen the Globers aren't
Yeah, like
brave enough.
a 24/7 Discord sort of situation would be good. Maybe come up with a way to get us
So
out.
here we go again,
Yeah.
trying to show the people
Sorry,
how
now-
fake that.
There we go. Yeah, this was from today. And I still haven't got any answers from this, guys. I don't know if you could see this. But I was just trying to show today how idiotic it is. This is the real OMS they've built. This is what they showed with the selfie. They didn't even finish rendering it properly, and they want to say it's real. Look at that difference.
It looks like a plant pot.
Yeah, but look how warped it is and skew, and it doesn't even have the texture of the gimbal. Doesn't even really show. There's just some flat, and they copied and pasted that warp thing all over there.
If you're from England, you'll know what I'm saying, like, it looks like a Blue Peter special.
Yep, that's sad. Oh, but yeah, there's so much people showing how fake it is. It's because it's fake. I mean, doesn't even the shadow, if you look at this, with the first Apollo mission, that's the same exact image. They've just literally changed the clouds.
Yeah.
That's all they did. Look at the shadow and compare it. It's exactly the same. It just changed the clouds.
I wouldn't want it live feeds for about 10-15 minutes, like, just looking what people were saying. And people were asking, saying, like, why don't they GoPro everywhere all over it and stuff like that? Do you know what I mean? It's like, first time they've gone to the moon in 50 years, why ain't the cameras all over it? Why is there only one picture surface so far?
Yeah.
Of something, and it obviously is like an image. It's not a picture moving at 17,000 miles an hour. It's just like,
Exactly.
yeah, and yeah, not multiple shots and not
Why ain't the camera focused on Earth? Oh,
yeah
that it's doing.
out the window.
But like I
Yeah.
said, why can't the ISS or any satellites around there been able to take a full video of the thing? I mean, if
they would have the capabilities to like maneuver a camera, it would have to be a remote situation. But yeah, if there was that set up to prove the point, and it was already scheduled to be part of the plan, then yeah, and maybe why not? If they could do it, they should.
Yeah, but think about how much media.
They can't.
How much?
It's even stupid to think about, right? If they can make a spaceship that can go.
Yeah, right.
Why can't they provide pictures of that journey all the way, like?
But also, look how low
Multiple
resolution.
from inside.
Look how low resolution.
Yeah, from inside the thing to around it, just like Michael's saying, and things that are actively moving. Anything like.
They literally just need a gimbaled. They literally just need a gimbaled 8K GoPro. That's it. You're telling me out of all those billions of dollars, they cannot get a gimbaled 8K GoPro just to pan around everywhere. That's it.
Have you ever watched people who go to like amusement parks and stuff, and they go on roller coasters with a GoPro, and they film all journey going around all loops, blah blah blah? Why can't NASA provide that?
They can't.
All you get is one silly picture with plant pots.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I'm going to say night.
No, it is.
Because I did promise the missus we're still going to visit a bit before we go to bed. So, yeah. So definitely tomorrow night we can have a nice long stream. So if you guys have anything you want to present tomorrow, please bring it. It doesn't matter. It can be anything you want. Even if you just want to bring your toothbrush to show, it doesn't matter. It's all up to you. So yeah, thank you everybody for the super chats. Thank you to all the people that have become members of the channel. Thank you all the YouTube members, all the Patreon members. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you Lumpy, PJ and Michael for coming to chat in Element. Really do enjoy having you guys on. I love talking to everybody. It just makes it much more exciting for me. Thank you everybody in chat. And thank you to the trolls that just sat on the sideline tonight watching and voting. The votes came up to 90 votes. Globe Defenders are not too bright. Remember, it was a catch-22 poll. So yes, 28%. So that means yes, you are agreeing they're not too bright. If you said no, 54%, it was saying no, you are agreeing they are not too bright. And if you said they do try, it's just saying yes, they do try, but they are not too bright. So no matter what you said, you are saying Globe Defenders are not too bright. So in other words, if you clicked any of those options and you are a Glober, you just said yourself not to be too bright. Thank you very much. Yeah. Try for the show tomorrow. Thank you guys for being here. Really, really do appreciate you all. Till tomorrow night. Blessings, and don't forget, may the pressure be with you.